Hi, you're watching Reddit Shikstore, and if you're looking for a story that doesn't start with butterflies in your stomach and a happy ending, you've come to the right place. I never thought my life would turn into one of those Lifetime movies, but here I am, spilling my guts like it's therapy. My name's Jack Thompson, I'm 45, living in suburban Chicago with a decent job as a project manager at a logistics firm. Eve got the whole American dream package. A two-story house in Naperville, a Ford F-150 in the driveway, 2 kids in college, Emily at Northwestern studying business, and Ryan at UIUC for engineering, and a wife of 22 years, Sarah. Or at least, I had that until about 6 months ago. Sarah and I met back in college at the University of Illinois. She was this fiery journalism major with dreams of being the next Diane Sawyer, but life got in the way. After the kids came, she switched to marketing, landing a gig at a mid-sized ad agency downtown. We built a solid life together, barbecues with the neighbors on weekends, vacations to Florida every winter, date nights at Giordano's for deep dish pizza. I thought we were unbreakable. Turns out, I was wrong. It started with the little things. Sarah began staying late at the office more often, blaming it on a big campaign for some tech startup. She'd come home smelling like a mix of coffee and something unfamiliar, cologne, maybe. Her phone was always glued to her hand, and she'd angle the screen away when I walked by. I chalked it up to stress at first. Work was tough, the economy wasn't great. But then came the weekend trip. She told me it was a team-building retreat in Milwaukee, nothing fancy, just a couple days at a conference center. I bought it, even packed her bag with her favorite snacks. But that Friday night, I got a call from her coworker, Lisa, who I'd met at the company Christmas party last year. Lisa sounded hesitant, like she was breaking some code. "Jack, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but Sarah's not at the retreat. None of us are." She said she was taking personal time. My stomach dropped like I'd just gone over the first hill on a roller coaster at Six Flags. I didn't confront her right away. I'm not the explosive type. I like to think things through. Instead, I did some digging. Logged into our shared iCloud account, yeah, we had that for family photos and calendars, and checked her Find My iPhone. It pinged at a hotel in downtown Chicago, the kind with valet parking and overpriced minibars. I drove there, heart pounding, parked a block away, and waited. Sure enough, around 10 p.m., she stepped out arm in arm with him. Mark freaking Reynolds, her boss. Tall, slick, probably 10 years younger than me, with that gym rat build and a Tesla in the lot. They laughed as they headed to some trendy bar across the street, her hand on his arm like it belonged there. I sat in my truck for hours, replaying our life in my head. The anniversaries, the kids' birthdays, the time we remortgaged the house to pay for Emily's braces. How could she? I felt like a fool, but anger bubbled up too. By the time I got home, I was numb. She texted me goodnight from Milwaukee, and I replied with a heart emoji, buying time. The next morning, I called a buddy from high school who ran a small firm. Cost me a couple grand, but worth it. He tailed them for a week and came back with photos, emails hacked from her work account, don't ask how plausible deniability, and even audio from a bug he planted in her office purse. Turns out, this had been going on for 8 months. Late-night meetings that turned into hotel romps, flirty texts about brainstorming sessions, and her complaining to him about how stale our marriage felt. Stale. I'd been working overtime to keep the roof over our heads while she played house with her superior. I could have blown up, filed for divorce right then. But no, I wanted her to feel the sting like I did. Revenge isn't about rage, it's about precision. I waited until the agency's big annual gala, black tie event at the Art Institute, where all the execs and clients schmooze. Sarah was excited. She'd bought a new red dress, said it was for us to reconnect. I played along, even rented a tux. The night of the gala, I showed up unannounced. Sarah's eyes went wide when she saw me at the door, ID told her I had a work thing. But I smiled, kissed her cheek, and mingled like I belonged. Mark was there, of course, smirking in his Armani suit. I waited for the right moment. The award ceremony, when the CEO was toasting the team's successes. I accidentally bumped into the AV guy earlier, slipping him a USB drive with a little slideshow ID prepared. Nothing illegal, just the facts. As the CEO wrapped up, the screen flickered to my presentation. Photos of Sarah and Mark at the hotel, zoomed-in texts about their secret weekends, even a clip of them kissing in the office parking garage. The room went silent. Gasps, whispers. Sarah's face drained of color. Mark stammered something about a prank. I stood there, calm as could be, and said into the mic ID grabbed, "Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to share a real behind-the-scenes look at your star team's collaboration. Sarah, honey, thanks for the memories." Chaos ensued. The CEO pulled Mark aside, clients looked horrified. By morning, Mark was fired. Turns out, the agency had a strict no fraternization policy, and this was ammo for a harassment suit if anyone pushed. Sarah came home in tears, begging forgiveness, saying it was a mistake, that she loved me. But I was done. I filed for divorce the next week, citing infidelity. Illinois is no fault, but the evidence helped me keep the house and most of our assets. The kids were devastated, but they sided with me after seeing the proof. Now, 6 months later, I'm single, hitting the gym, dating a nice teacher from the local high school. Sarah's crashing on her sister's couch in the suburbs, job hunting after the scandal tanked her reputation in the industry. Mark? Last I heard, he moved to Texas, probably selling used cars. Me? I'm rebuilding, one day at a time. Lesson learned. Trust but verify. And if life hands you lemons, make a slideshow.